You know, one of the things that we've been asked by some of the television channels about that, and one of the things I think we really need to do is we need to push our state to work harder at dealing with this whole issue and pushing our federal state representatives, or not our state representatives, but our federal representatives and senators to really push our government, because this flip-flopping back and forth hurts all of us. And so that's one of the things I think we really need to do. And as city council, I think we can actually be a guidance to them to say we want to support these measures so that particularly our DACA kids are going to be here and be able to stay and be able to get educated and get jobs. I think that's critical. We need to support them. And so I think we have the opportunity to use our position as a bully pulpit and push all those that are in power to be able to do this and make this a reality, and not just put lip service to it, but to really push people to change the laws and make sure that we have the people in place so that we can get these laws changed. Thank you.
So I think that so many people in this room share, just the horror and devastation of what we saw unfold on national TV this year. I've worked on immigration reform for decades, and I know that our city can do better, and that we do better when we protect everyone in it. So we can enact a law that ensures that a traffic stop never turns into a deportation order, right? That when someone goes in for their marriage hearing, as happened last winter, that does not turn into incarceration. And so, there's technical details that we can get into, but we have not enforced this, we have not passed this law, this ordinance in our city, and I would be happy to champion it. Thank you.
I think first and foremost, it's important that everybody that lives in our city feels welcome here, that everyone in our city feels valued here, that everybody in our city feels heard here. And so for me, to talk about this, I think that it's very important to hear from the folks who are affected by this most, and to understand what they need in order to feel like a valued and participated and safe part of our community. So I would work with Mayor Lorza, who I think has done some initial first steps in working on this, but I do think that in terms of traffic stops are concerned, I'm not sure that we have the capability legally to determine if it's a traffic stop and it's somebody who has an outstanding warrant, or there's a violent crime or something like that. I don't think that the city can supersede what happens there. I think the mayor has done a great job of enforcing that if there are traffic stops and there are undocumented folks in the car, that doesn't turn into an ICE issue. But I would really want to hear from the community and understand how to better support the community and how to better create ordinances that they feel comfortable with. It's really a community-driven process.
Going door to door in certain parts of this ward, I do come across members of our community that are facing that struggle. And one of the biggest struggles that they tell me about is the cost and process in order to become a citizen of this country. And I don't think that anyone should ever be denied due to financial status or whatever their reasoning is if they come here with good intentions to make a better life for themselves. So I think if the city can come together and figure out a way to cut those costs, try to get them the help that they need to get through the legal process if they do not understand it, and the financial burdens that they face, that's why a lot of members of our community have not gone, applied for their citizenship, because it is expensive. I believe that it's somewhere around $700, and that's just terrible. Someone's coming here to make a better life for themselves, and we're making it a hard time for them. Thank you.